I was gonna start this video by saying that I thought this is a great idea and that I'm very excited for this, but I think honesty is very underrated. And the reason why I want to make this video is because I bought this freaking easy bake oven and this cost $50 and I've only used it for one video, and that's a lot of money. So I thought, you know what, we need to put this to use. But what else could we potentially make that is different, that is not 24-hour food video? And then I had a brilliant idea. We're gonna attempt to make some real food using this toy. This is basically like a kid's toy. Everyone knows an easy bake oven, I think. So here we've got the ingredients for the first dish that we're gonna make. I would be very surprised if you guys can guess what it is by the ingredients. Basically, my thought process was, what food is thin enough to fit in here and that it's gonna be actually delicious, that I actually wanna eat. So we're gonna try to make like homemade Doritos. Like, we're gonna season it ourselves and use our corn tortillas to make it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is make the seasoning for our homemade Doritos. So I'm gonna start with some ground cayenne pepper, and this stuff is spicy, so I just added too much already. We're doing quite a lot of garlic salt because this makes everything taste better. I'm gonna add some of this all-purpose savory seasoning. They got me at all-purpose, quite a lot of this as well, because I think this is gonna make it taste really good. So we're gonna mix it all in as well. I'm pretty sure this is not how nachos or Doritos are made, but this is how I'm gonna do it. Alright, in order for this to be tiny, I think I'm gonna cut them like this. This is so uneven already. This is still too big. I kind of want them to be miniature because otherwise they can only cook one at a time. So now if we slice them like this. Hey. They kind of do look like miniature Doritos. Now we're just losing the plot. What the hell is that? Overall, I'm not mad at this. It looks like Doritos, so I'm gonna repeat the process with the rest of the strips. In order for the spices to stick to it, we're gonna use some of this canola cooking spray. Am I stupid if I've never heard of canola before? It honestly kind of sounds like a Kardashian baby name. Canola Kardashian. Honestly, it's got a ring to it. So we're gonna spray. Oh my god, that was way too much. This stuff is intense. So now I'm just gonna use my hands for this. These are so sticky, and I'm just gonna dump them in the spices. At least it's gonna be flavorful. So I'm gonna spray this a little bit just because I don't want them to stick to it, because we need to make more foods on the same tray after. And now I'm just gonna use my hands and just put the Doritos in here. Not looking bad at all. It does look like Doritos, it does look miniature, and it definitely is gonna fit in the oven. So this is the moment of truth. We're gonna put the Doritos in there. Don't ask me about cooking time on a normal cooking video, and especially not on one of these, because I've got no idea. I'm so scared of causing a fire. Please don't be burned. These look ready, and they also look pretty crispy and well cooked. I think we should go to the next food so we can make like a nice plate of different foods, real foods made in an easy bake oven. So these are the ingredients for our second dish, and yes guys, these are real eggs. This is such a bad idea. This is exactly how you get food poisoning. We're actually gonna attempt to make like a cheese and egg omelet. It was supposed to be scrambled eggs, but it's gonna be flat, so it's kind of like an omelet, I guess. I think I'm only gonna use one egg because I mean this is honestly very tiny. So to the eggs we're gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper, because honestly if I'm getting food poisoning, at least it better be delicious. I was talking and I added a lot of salt. Fun fact, one time I was kicked out of school because I told a girl that eggs are just chicken, period. So I'm gonna spray this once again because we don't want anything to stick to it when we're still preparing more food after. So I guess we just add the egg mixture. So to this we're gonna add this 3 cheese blend. I don't know exactly what kind of cheeses it is, but it was cheap and it looks delicious. So this will be a very difficult one to move to the other side of the kitchen. So play the Mission Impossible theme song, because honestly, I might drop it. This is such a bad idea. I just want to let you guys know that I don't think anyone should attempt to make this. Ooh. It looks alright. It doesn't look bad at all. I'm pretty sure this worked. This feels very loose. That is the best omelet I have ever made in general. So these are literally the only ingredients that we're gonna need for this next one. And yes, if you're guessing right. We're gonna attempt to make a hash brown in the Easy Bake Oven. I broke my tripod. I broke my freaking tripod. Oh my god. No! Let me show it to you guys. This is so annoying. I was filming the video and suddenly it snapped. It snapped harder than me and my haters. As usual, first step, we're gonna coat this really well. So far we've been lucky. We even managed to peel off the eggs. So we're gonna add the potatoes. These are just shredded potatoes. Oh my god, I should have done a bigger opening. This is just ridiculous. But oh well. This is looking thin, it looks alright, so I'm gonna add even more oil on top. Don't judge, honestly. I think it needs that for it to come together. And let's do a little bit of this all-purpose seasoning. I think I'm better making foods in Easy Bake Oven than I am just in general in any other like kitchen appliances. So we're gonna put the hash browns in. I was looking at the camera in my defense. It's been like half an hour. I don't think this is cooked, but I don't think this is gonna go anywhere, so we might just eat it like that. I mean, it's potatoes. I'm not gonna die if it's undercooked. Please be cooked. Oh. Let's try to move this without dropping it. This is so difficult. So for this next one, I wanted to make like a dessert item for these foods, but I actually forgot to buy cinnamon. This was supposed to be like a cinnamon roll, but we're just gonna still do it with just the pie crust and the brown sugar. We definitely don't need this much dough. We literally only need a little bit because I want to make it really tiny. I think this will be a good shape. We're gonna save this in case this one fails. So I'm gonna sprinkle some of the brown sugar. Obviously you should use cinnamon for this as well. I'm gonna spray this with a little bit of grease just to make this a little more sticky, but don't follow anything that I say ever, just in life in general, but especially when it comes to cooking. Should we go like this? Cutting this will be the satisfying part. Oh, that doesn't really look very swirly because there's no cinnamon. So we're just gonna cut like little ones. You know what, I don't even care anymore. This is gonna look terrible regardless. So as usual, we're gonna spray this really well, especially with this ones because it's like cookies. So I'm gonna grab some of these cookies. Is it just me, or if you look at these from like up close, they're actually kind of cute, but if you look at them from far away, they're just like a hot mess. I know it seems like we have a lot of space, but these might actually grow a little bit because they're like pastry, I think. Look at these greasy beauties. Also how I describe myself to people. I feel like these should take about maybe like 15 minutes. Ooh. The sugar is all like caramelized. You guys know how extra I am by now, so I'm obviously gonna attempt to make this look fancy. Let's start with the hash browns because they kind of failed, so should we do the Doritos on this side? They're probably not even crispy anymore. So now we have our omelet. I don't really know what to do with it. Should we try to roll it up? Should we just like... So on this side I think we should do the dessert. I'm trying to pick the prettiest ones. It is quite tiny, but at least I feel like we got creative. For foods that you can only make in that tiny little thin tray, I think it all looks amazing. My favorite one is probably the Doritos. Should we go ahead and try our 5-star gourmet meal? So here we've got a whole meal cooked on the Easy Bake Oven. I feel like I could have done just one thing, but you guys know me, I like to be extra, so we made 4 different things, including a dessert, kind of. Oh my god, there is so much spices. Maybe we should have not used an insane amount of spices. It's crispy though. Alright guys, let's also try the main one, which is the egg mixture. I can't even call this anything because we just invented this little egg roll thing. This is a scary one because we're eating eggs cooked in an easy bake oven. You should definitely not do this. It's good. I would probably actually eat this again. It's mostly because of the cheese, but the flavor of this is actually really good. It's very buttery and it's not like dry egg. It's actually quite moist in a good way. So I'm gonna try the hash browns now. I thought they were gonna be raw, so I'm pleasantly surprised. Very flavorful, a little bit greasy, but that's because we use an insane amount of oil in this. But overall, they look raw, but I promise you they are like crispy and flaky, but they just didn't get a lot of color. I mean, I think a light bulb cooks these foods, so that is the best one by far. If these had cinnamon, they would be perfect. I love this so much. This is the best one. My favorite one was the non-cinnamon swirl, and my least favorite was probably the Doritos that I was really excited to try. And that was it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a like. Only if you liked it. If you didn't like it, you can go and watch other of my videos. I do a lot of different things on my channel, and this was potentially a very weird one for you. So there's more. Actually, there isn't. Actually, that's about it. That's about as normal as it gets. If you enjoy my content, please don't forget to subscribe and switch my notifications on. The YouTube subscription boxes are really weird and they're not notifying people. So please make sure that the bell is on and that you will know every time I put up a new food video. I think that's about it. I love you and I will see you on my next video. Bye bye.